Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Shelby on Safari live stream where I, Shelby, a wild animal biologist and lover of pop culture, often combine my two passions into one. Tonight, before the Pommy party begins with the premiere of my new video, What Animal is Most Like the Adorable Pokemon Pommy, we are going to be talking about Pokemon Violet and Scarlet because recently we were introduced to a few new friends, including Pommy. And so I wanted to share some of my thoughts, maybe watch the trailer together, have some initial thoughts, even though I've had some time to think, but then share what we know, because there's been some interesting updates, and then, of course, what I'm hoping for, especially after some of the latest gameplay developments over the past few games from the Galar region and then Pokemon Legends Arceus. And yes, I say Arceus, so sorry, not sorry. Anyways, if you are joining me, whether live or in the replay, please let me know in the comments. It's nice to see some friends. Hello, Alice. I hope you are well, and best of luck, hopefully, to feeling nice and strong for the beautiful weekend ahead. I wish you well. And Lucky Al has joined. Hi, Lucky Al. It's nice to see you joining me live. And yeah, so again, message in the comments. I'm keen to hear your guys' thoughts of what you guys are going to see in tonight's live stream as we go through Pokemon Violet and Pokemon Scarlet, the latest edition coming in just a few months. And over the next few months, we're probably going to get a lot more information, but I was so excited. And actually, it was my sister's birthday last week. And I kind of asked her, oh my gosh, what should we do? And she said Pommy. And so hence Pommy. So happy belated birthday, Linz. Alrighty, folks. So let us go through, first and foremost, if you haven't already, join the Safari Squad. Click that subscribe button to join the adventure. It is crazy how far time has come and how many friends have joined us over the past couple of months. But here we are. Here's where you can find me. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Clubhouse, kind of, and Discord. Not really. I tried, but the most one I'm interacting with is Instagram. And yeah, going to do a few more impromptu live. Internet, it has gone. I wonder, can you guys hear me? Has it glitched? I love our internet sometimes. I'm going to post in the comment. Oh, I'm back. Can you guys hear me when it goes to black? Because our internet is awful. Hopefully you can. But anyways, let us move on to the exciting news of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So at first, I thought it was more like Mediterranean vibes, but now I'm getting quite a lot of España vibes, which I'm really looking forward to. I don't know. Actually, let's pop in the chat if you have been to Spain. On StreamYard, I can't quite set it up to have a a poll. So if you are watching live in the chat or even in the comments, let me know. Have you been to Spain? If you have, where have you gone? And if you haven't, where in Spain would you like to go? Particularly, I'm curious about Barcelona because I haven't been to Barcelona. And so if you've been, let me know if you've been and what should I do if I ever get the chance to go. Wink, wink. All right, so trailer reactions. We're going to watch the trailer together, guys, in case you haven't watched it yet, which I'd be surprised if you haven't watched it yet because it's quite something, quite new and exciting. Thank you, Lucky L. I'm glad you can hear me now. I feel like a Verizon commercial, although I don't know if they have that commercial here in the UK. It was the, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yeah, it's a bit weird. Anywho, let's get cracking watching this trailer, if I can be so bold to do this. Now, this is the first time I've tried watching a trailer live. Let's see if it works. There's not going to be any audio because I don't want it to think that I'm like stealing it, but let's see. All right, so we see the backpack getting dressed. That's one of the things that's different in Pokemon Violet and Scarlet is your character wears a different outfit. You'll come across a different professor, which we'll meet later on. Nice title graphics. I love a good coastal scene in the Pokemon universe. There's the two different professors that we get to see. And many people, myself included, think there might be something going on with time. Maybe time travel. Something certainly seems not quite right with this, but we'll get more on that in a bit. So that is our friend Nimona. There we go. Her name shows up in the cards. That's perfect. She is our friend. It seems like she liked trainer battles. And there we saw our first look at Pommy, which was really exciting, using its electricity, which we'll get more into when the Pommy video premieres in just a little bit. This bit, the 4-player co-op, has to be one of the things I'm most excited for to play. Although, again, we'll get to it once we finish watching the trailer together of what I'm a little bit nervous. This Pokemon caused quite a lot of kerfuffle in this house, Smolv. I'm not the biggest fan, but another individual in the house was very reactive to Smolv. And I'd be curious to see what you guys in the chat think of the olive-type Pokemon. I wonder what it's going to evolve into. Is it going to evolve into olive oil? What is it going to become? I'm not sure. But it's nice to see so many different regions being displayed. The nice mountains here, which I think could be like the Alps region, I'm hoping, as you'll see in tonight's video with Pommy. Nice coastal region, the snow. It's just going to be a really beautiful. That's one of the things I really love about Legends Arceus is the world building and just how vast and fun it is to explore. And I've noticed that it's gone black again for me. Oh, our internet. So this is not actual gameplay footage if you can't read the bottom bit where it says not actual gameplay footage. But here we are going to be introduced to the legendary Pokemon, which, as you'll see, kind of give a hint to kind of more time travel. I mean, look at that. That's so futuristic. The other one, not so much. And as we saw with the professors, there's some very different vibes going on. But what a way to introduce Pokemon. I wonder if we'll have to go out in the middle of the sea to like the islands to come across them. And that's being nice because it's quite an homage to previous games when you did have to go out into the islands and go into the cave. So there we are, friends. That was the trailer. Yeah, trailer. Why are you laughing about? That's what they're called, trailers. Oh, gosh, it does. The internet hates me tonight, but that's okay because we're here, we're functioning. You can see here is a better screenshot of the different outfits that your person can wear. I'm biased. I love purple. I'm going to go with Pokemon Violet. I like purple. And that looks like fun. Although I heavily will change my mind if I find out if Vulpix is in either one of those or if Cramorant is one of those. I don't know if they'll keep Cramorant just in the UK, Galar region, or if they'll move him about. But my choice instinctively is Violet, unless we find out that they have some Pokemon in some in the other, if that makes sense. But yeah, Vulpix definitely takes precedence, and then closely followed by Cramorant. But that's the two little previously in a live stream, we discussed the 3 starter Pokemon and what real life animals could be like them. If I remember, after the live stream, I'll link that up here at the top or down in the chat down below if you want to watch that to see my initial reactions and what animal I think they're like. I bet for the next, oh my gosh, I'm going to kill this internet. Over the weeks, we'll probably go down into some deeper looks into this Pokemon universe, and patience is being tested. So this is the last picture. I'm glad, because then hopefully the internet will sort out. But you can see Lechonk over on the left-hand side, if it wants to load, which is a pig, which I'm really looking forward to sharing with you guys. Some really interesting superpowers of pigs, because there's a lot of pig types out there. I feel like pigs sometimes get a bad rep. Actually, the other day I went to Battersea Zoo over in London, and we got to meet the Oxford Sandy and Black pig. They're really rare, and so that's really exciting to people see them up close, give them a dive more into the world of pigs. In the middle was Pommy, which is the one we're going to be looking into tonight, which is the Pikachu type variant, because in every game, there always seems to be a little Pikachu. And this game is no exception. We have this Pommy electric mouse type Pokemon, and then Smolv on the side. The little olive that looks terrified. I'd be terrified too, because chances are I'd be made into olive oil, which is chef's kiss, delicious, especially if you get it from Spain. I love Spanish olive oil. Anyways, so I'm going to quickly come back to full screen for me before the internet drops again. But yeah, first reactions to the trailer. Lucky L, I'm glad to watch it with you. I'm glad that you're excited, hopefully, about it. I'm really looking forward to continuing on using some of the technology that they've been developing, both in Pokemon Go as well as in the games itself. And let me know your thoughts to the trailer in the comments too. If you're excited, which Pokemon looks to be quite interesting. But let's share a bit now into what we actually know, because some new information has been released about kind of gameplay. First and foremost, when's it coming out? November 18th, so just before Thanksgiving, which will come in handy. Actually, it won't, because Thanksgiving's a busy time in this neck of the woods, because I make Thanksgiving dinner. And thanks to some people, Thanksgiving this year is going to have a Hawaiian theme to it. I'm going to make some Hawaiian food to go with the Thanksgiving meal, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'm drooling now just thinking about it. But anyways, yeah, November 18th, just before the big day, and get to play some Pokemon, which will be great. But the most exciting thing that I can't quite decide, actually, if I'm that excited about it, is an open world adventure. So usually in the Pokemon games, we're quite tied down to a story where we meet our rival, they teach us how to catch Pokemon or how to battle, and we have to follow a story, go to certain gyms and battle. And lately, in the past few games, they've been really deep. Yes, there was a storyline, but you could easily and go complete research quest or the mini quest to help some of the people of the town. It was really relaxed in terms of story compared to years previous, which I really, really liked. However, I'm a bit cautious, though, seeing as it is kind of an open world adventure, that I do like the stories sometimes that they have. And I don't know. I'll be curious to see how they do it. I don't want to get my hopes up too big, though, because sometimes when they're like, open world, everything's open, and you're like, okay, and then you get the game and then it's not. So I'm just managing my expectations with that one. But I am still quite excited. Don't get me wrong. But the other one, and we saw a bit of this in the trailer with the shot of the 4 trainers, is that it's a 4-player co-op game, which I think is incredible, because we had a little taster of that, didn't we, in the Galar region in Pokemon Sword and Shield, where you could, with the cheeky Nintendo subscription, come online and do those Gigantamax raids with your friends and things like that. However, this is taking it to the next step, where it looks like you can be in the game and do things with other players, apart from kind of Gigantamax raids, with them. And so I'm really curious to see how this goes. Now, I'm going to be a bit hesitant and hold off buying the Nintendo Switch subscription, because it can be quite expensive on top of like every other subscription that we have in the world, and see what people think of it before I commit to buying it and playing it, because I know a couple of my friends are going to have the game, and so it would be really cool to be able to play together and test that game dynamic. But in the chat, let me know, would you consider paying kind of the Switch subscription to be able to play with your friends in a Pokemon world? Or are you going to be like me and hold off? Or nah, not for me? Let me know. I'd be curious. Lucky Al. Yes, they do look quite snazzy, don't they? And I think it'll be really curious to see. And Lucky Al, do you think they're kind of tied to time travel as well? Because we saw the Scarlet definitely seems to be from like an older time, whereas Violet seems more futuristic. Do you think we'll actually be able to time travel in the game? Or is it just looking at the past versus looking into the future? I don't know. I'm curious to see, because I really enjoyed that with Arceus, going back in time and sing. And I'm not going to sing the song from Huey Lewis, although I'm really, really tempted to sing Back in Time. I love that song. I love that movie, but I'm not going to. Don't have the rights, I get copyrighted. But yeah, time definitely seems curious, and a bit of time travel with Doctor Who. So that's some of the things with Pokemon Legends Arceus, with Pokemon Violet and Scarlet that we have to look forward to. Now, a few quick things before we watch the premiere of what real life animal is like Palmy that I want to share with you guys that I'm really hoping for within Pokemon Violet and Pokemon Scarlet, in particular Pokemon Violet. But I really enjoyed the research aspect of Arceus. Now, I haven't yet completed the research desk, all the tasks for Arceus. So within the game, you don't just catch the Pokemon like you do in 99% of the Pokemon games, right? And then you get a Pokedex. When in Pokemon Legends Arceus you catch a Pokemon, you have to catch more than one. And it depends kind of on the individual Pokemon of which one you have to get like 25 of or, 50 of to then fill out the Pokedex entry. Because as an homage to even still what happens today, we need to see it multiple times, see it in different environments, in different weather conditions, et cetera, et cetera. The more times we see it, the better, and the more information we get, which I really like that about Arceus. At first, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to take forever. But it made training and preparing kind of for battles and things like that a lot easier because you came across them. You had to sometimes use certain moves with your own Pokemon to complete their research. It was just really nice. But as a completionist, I can completely see why people were frustrated with that, because it could have, and it does take a long time because I still haven't done it. But I really hope they keep some kind of element in that in this new game. Now, quest, I appreciated the quest in Pokemon Legends Arceus, where you could go if you wanted to complete a mini quest to get a particular item that was advertised kind of in the quest, or you didn't have to. It wasn't forced on you, because sometimes in some games you have to. It's a part of the story. But these little side things were quite fun. And, sometimes after trying to fulfill the research dex aspect of a Pokemon, it was nice to have a break and go do something different and go, either do the story or do a quest or whatnot, to have that freedom. And I wonder if they're going to incorporate that with the open world kind of game aspect. But the quests were quite fun. Always up for a quest. Now, the hottest take I will say that I have, I know it's quite debatable with some people because everybody likes to play their game a little differently and likes different elements. But I gotta say, in Pokemon Go, there's nothing more delightful than having a buddy Pokemon walking around and your buddy being there with you. Yes, sometimes it can be terrifying if it's like a Latios and it's huge, or a Gyarados and it's like flying above you and it's like, bah! That's a little terrifying. Obviously, I'm biased towards like my Ninetales and it flopping about, it running about and its tail kind of flopping behind it. It's just so cute. I love it. I love it. And in the game, I know they did this in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which I didn't actually get, but you could have your buddy Pokemon follow behind you. I just really like that idea, and I hope we get that in this game. In addition to that kind of ride Pokemon, we had that in Arceus where we had a few of Pokemon that you could ride, use to fly, things like that. That's always quite cool and unique, instead of using kind of TMs on Pokemon to be able to get from one place to another. I wonder if they'll do that as well. Am I right? Although, actually, if I was to, darn the internet, there we go. If I was to have a ride Pokemon in the entire Pokemon universe that I would ride in the ocean, I don't think it would be a Sharpedo. I mean, it does look kind of fun when we've seen it in action, like jumping and the speeds that you can get. But I don't know, for comfort, for everything, I don't understand it. Like, Lapras looks and is designed like to be a ride Pokemon, right? But yeah, I don't know. What water type would you guys kind of want to ride? That sounds funny, but yeah, what would be your water type of choice? I actually, no, I know it wouldn't be Lapras. It would be Mantine, because in the Alola region, which, as you know, if you watched Shelby on Safari before, is my favorite region. There was that Mantine surfing spot where you could surf a Mantine. Oh my gosh, that was so cool. I love that. So I lie. Mantine would be mine. And yes, I did spend a obscene amount of hours making sure I mastered that section because I thought that was so cool. All right, Lucky L. You've been chatting up the chat today, Lucky L. Ah, yes. Ooh, it looks time traveling. Okay, so you're on my side with time traveling. I'm happy to hear it. There's something going on. There's gotta be with the outfits and the design of them, which again, like you say, looks super cool. All right, so Lucky L, you like the games where you can play. Yeah, you don't do subscriptions. Yeah, no, fair play. I totally get it. And yeah, not only, I think with subscriptions like that, it's easy to forget that you've put it in and like you've played, like right now, like I haven't played the Nintendo Switch in quite a long time, since before April, I would say. It's been quite a long time. And yeah, I could have easily bought the subscription and forgot about it. And then whoopsie daisy, wasted money. So yeah, totally understand, Lucky L. Well, we have about 9 minutes left before, or 8 minutes left before the premiere of What Animal is Like Pommy. And I thought it would be an interesting time to share with you guys the thought process of going behind the scenes of how one decides kind of what animal is like another Pokemon. So in some of the Pokemon animal comparisons videos, we've looked at kind of the move set of Pokemon and tried to see either kind of what the animal might have in terms of Pokemon moves or abilities. Sometimes we've looked at, because it's quite clear cut, like Chatot is a bird. Okay, but how then do we find out what species? And the great thing that I love about the Pokemon universe is well researched, and they pull from a variety of species. So while I say this Pokemon is like this animal, yes, it probably has multiple influences. But tonight, you're gonna have to go out there with me, guys, because Palmy, I mean, he's a mouse. Let's pull up that picture again of Palmy if it works. There he is. He's in the middle. He's quite an interesting looking mouse. I mean, he definitely is quite hairy, has the large ears. Those electric cheeks, we're definitely going to talk more about that. But on the website, because there wasn't much to go off of, because this trailer has just been released, you know, we don't have many Pokedex entries really to look at. I used both kind of where we think this region is based off of. I also looked at kind of the fact that it's some kind of rodent to try to narrow it down. But then also what it says on the website about Palmy. There was some intriguing about this Pokemon's behavior, like its cheeks, its forepaws, and its fur that helped guide kind of where I went with Palmy. Now, it's not a mouse, particularly mouse type animal that I went with, which I know might be a bit frustrating because it says it's a mouse, so it's a mouse. But bear with. In the video, I'll be curious to see what you guys think. Because as we see in the Pokemon universe, they really do their research and pull bits, it seems, from different animals to create these unusual kind of creatures that have some crazy cool powers. So I'm not suggesting that the animal I went with has electric type powers, but they certainly have something different. And yeah, so in a future video, I think in the next few weeks, I definitely probably going to do a Lechonk video because it's just so cute. But Smolv, I'm not sure if I can because it's obviously an olive. I mean, what could we talk about when it comes to olives? Any ideas? I love it when the chat helps out. Subscription cards in supermarkets. That's a good idea. So then you don't have to worry about canceling it because it's bulk buy. Well played, Rita. Well played. And Alice asking what I had for supper. Well, I actually haven't had supper yet. I've cooked it and it's ready to go, but it's one of my absolute favorite easy to make dishes. Bacon, leek, and pasta with Boursin cheese. So the website BBC Good Food is my absolute go-to place for recipes. I love their website. And ages ago, absolutely ages ago, I was lost and I happened to have bacon and leek in the food that one came up, so then I had to go buy boars. Really easy to make and really delicious. I love a good leek. And no, that doesn't make me like a far-fetched. And really embarrassing, but I feel like I can tell you guys. So when I was younger, obviously Farfetch'd, the Pokemon, has a leek with him, and I never quite got the concept of like he's a duck and there's a leek, and apparently you eat those things together. Yeah, it never occurred to me until much, much later in life. You know that phrase, how old are I was so old when I realized, yeah, I was quite old. And I still have yet to actually have duck and leek in a dish. I haven't really had duck, really. I think I've maybe had it once or twice, but not, which I feel awkward talking about, seeing as we just talked over the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet starters ever so briefly, and there was Quaxley, the duck Pokemon. But yeah, no, thanks for asking, Alice. That is what I'm looking forward to. And yeah, but thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm not sure, like, what is your vibe on having a pre-show? Obviously, it's a bit shorter and not as intensive as some of the other lives when we properly go through things and have like a pub quiz type question. But I thought it'd be fun just to have a quick kind of chat with you guys, share with you some insights into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and what I'm looking forward to before we kick off a video on a Friday night. It's nice because short, sweet, to the point, but also, you know, I love doing the lives with you guys and being able to chat with you, Lucky L, Rita, Alice, and all of you guys like Jody, who will join later on in the replay. It's nice to hear from you guys and see kind of what you find interesting about the trailers and gameplay as well. Now, before the live goes, I want to remind you that if you haven't already, be sure to click to subscribe, follow me over on Instagram, and if you haven't already, there's this little nifty thing called the bell notification. So at the bottom of your screen, if you are subscribed, there's a little bell next to it. If you want to click impromptu and last minute, I decided today. Oh, this internet. There we go. And maybe you'll be notified when I actually have properly working internet. Well, with that, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I shall see you in just a few minutes over on the premiere. I will join you, albeit while I'm eating my bacon and leek pasta, in the premiere chat. If you are continuing to watch this, it should automatically, because I tried it last time, bring you over to the video, which is so cool. It makes me feel like I have my own little Jarvis. Actually, which, by the way, oh my gosh, speaking of Marvel, Miss Marvel, I know we have like 30 seconds left, but oh my god, you guys, I'm so excited. And the Black Adam trailer, oh my gosh, I know that's DC, but whatever. So much to talk about. Anyways, let's head over and go see what real life animals like Palmy. And for this one, we're heading to the Alpine Meadows, friends. All right, I'll see you guys over there. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you over in the live, in the premiere. All right, hang tight, guys. We'll head over there. Thanks for watching.